what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is a lightweight cold camping adventure on a wet, windy, rainy, and possibly snowy day. So as you guys can see, I've got the lightweight tent set up. I've got the sleeping pad, sleeping bag all ready to go, and it is now raining, slowly turning into snow. I have no idea what it's going to do. I know it's going to be cold, I know it's going to be windy, and I know it's going to be wet, but we're going to have to see what happens. So with everything set up, I do want to turn my attention to a hot drink and soak in some of these views. All right, everybody, coffee is totally done with, and it was much needed. This weather out here is all over the place. It's cloudy, it's sunny, it's snowing, it's raining, it's ice pellets, all over the place right now. So hot coffee was definitely enjoyable. Just crawling inside of the tent for a moment with Boomer. He's getting a little bit cold, so he's probably just gonna crawl inside the sleeping bag for a little while and relax, and he'll warm up rather quickly. And once we start on a hot dish, I think he'll even warm up faster. So he's having a blast out here. Actually, he's running down by the lake, splashing around in the water, and I think that's why he's getting a little chilly. He's wet. So we're gonna hang out inside of the tent for just a few moments. It is getting later in the day. We did a little bit of a loop around the lake, a little bit of a day hike with the coffee, and we're back here. So it's coming up on evening time. I am going to be cooking on the alcohol stove just outside of the tent. Now, I positioned the tent intentionally this direction, so I do have a door open to the lake. If the rain and snow stops either today or tomorrow, I can open up that door and have a beautiful view of the lake. And on this side, I have one panel that I can shut, which will totally block all the wind and rain coming from behind. That way I'll have an open view of the front with the alcohol burner, and I can cook inside while having that outside, being totally safe. If things get really gnarly, I did bring a cutting board. So I could take my plastic cutting board, set that down on the floor of the tent, put the alcohol stove on that, and very, very, very carefully have everything out of the way, light that, and cook inside of the tent with the doors shut. Have a little bit of ventilation, of course, but we are going to have a blast on this trip. I think it's going to get really windy tonight, so I've made sure the tent pegs are in secured very, very tight. This is a lightweight summer tent, I know that, and often I use lightweight summer tents in the wintertime just to pack in lighter, hike a little bit lighter, a little bit more ventilation, and a little bit more of an experience, honestly, because that cold air coming in here is nice and refreshing. Have a winter sleeping bag, so I'm going to be plenty warm. I'm not worried about that, but this tent is rather light, a lot of mesh, a lot of breathability. So that is my plan for this trip. Enjoy this area, cook up some supper, and just have some fun out here with Boomer. So we're going to relax for a moment, and then we're going to start on a hot dish. right, guys, jumping inside of the tent. It is cold outside and is still above zero. It's the wind. It is the wind coming through here, just going right through me, and I am ready to jump in that sleeping bag. Boomer's definitely ready. He's waiting for me. So supper was really good. What I did was a ramen soup dish with white curry noodles. Absolutely incredible, nice and spicy, super fast and simple. I've got all of my cooking stuff behind me. So essentially what I've gone and done here is I brought a 2-person tent. One side is all for cooking, clothing, shoes. My shoes will stay outside under the backpack, but all my other stuff in here, like my tea flask, my axe saw, water bottle, everything that I need for cooking and equipment, including camera gear, is on this side. So I've got the camera gear behind the camera right now, all the cooking supplies up here, which then gives me the total opposite side to have a ton of room to live. Boomer can kind of go down on the floor, do his thing, and if I do need to cook or do anything inside of the tent, I can do so right here on the floor. So, are you coming in? I know you're waiting for it. Oh, here. All right. Okay. So, we are basically going to be hanging out here for the night. I do have one movie on my phone that I want to watch, and basically get nice and warm. Get these lights off because they're very, very bright, and start enjoying some of this tent life. He is wound for sound. I know you're waiting so long. Here, let's zip this up. He will bury himself down by my feet once I crawl in, and he'll be nice and warm. I'll be nice and warm, and we're gonna basically crash out here for the evening, and we'll see you guys early in the morning for coffee. So good night, everybody. Catch you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautifully calm and still morning today, so not a whole lot of wind in comparison to last night. It got crazy windy. I'm really glad I doubled up on the pegs and really pounded them in the ground for the guy lines and the tent, because I got a feeling this thing would have took off in the middle of the night had I have not done that. So as you can see, there is a lot of ice and snow on the tent. It got down to about -3 degrees Celsius, nothing crazy, but the wind whipping off of that lake and through this open area was most of the challenge, keeping the snow out basically. So having the door unzipped a tiny bit for doing things in the vestibule, I can only do it on that side as all the snow was blowing in from this side. So the screen mesh actually kept a lot of the snow out overnight. And all in all, it was quite warm. The sleeping bag's rated for -18, and the sleeping pad, I'm sitting on it right now and I can feel the warmth just coming up. It's rated for -18 as well. So more than enough. The tent is just for shelter to keep out of the snow and the wind and have a little bit of creature comfort. So last night went well. Morning coffee today, nice and hot, and definitely need it. So I'm going to be enjoying this. Boomer has been running around here eating little snowballs. He's got a dish of water on the other side, but he's just got a thing for eating snowballs. So he's having a blast. He was up early, out the tent door, and gone on his own for a little while, having some fun. So he never goes far, never really have to worry about him. And today I doubled up on the bright orange, so when he does go off far, I take his jacket off, bright orange, I can see him, and he's really easy to find that way. That, and he has a GPS collar on him too, so he never goes far. It's really never a big concern or worry. He's kind of a baby. He likes to stick next to me or mama, and she's not here, so he's gonna be stuck to me. So it is a beautiful morning. It is cloudy, it is calm, it is cold. There's a tiny breeze coming through, but I gotta say, it's definitely enjoyable. So I'm gonna enjoy my hot coffee right here, which is slowly cooling down as I speak. So I'm gonna sit back, enjoy this, enjoy a bit of this view, and then carry on with the morning. So cheers, everybody. Good morning. All right, everybody, coffee's just about finished up, and it is going to be time to pack up the tent very shortly. Everything else is fairly dry other than the tent fly, so what I'm going to do is just roll that inside out, jam everything in my backpack, and then put the tent fly inside of the tent bag, the actual stuff sack. That way all the wetness is contained into one bag. When I get home, I can undo everything, and the only thing that's going to be wet is the rain fly. So I do have a little bit of cooking gear. This trip was rather simple in that I brought the alcohol stove for reliability. I brought the twig stove as a backup, but it's also a housing and a windscreen for the alcohol stove. So worst case scenario, if I wanted to have a campfire, or B, a multi-use fuel, I could have put twigs in there and made a fire and still been able to cook. Other than that, very simple. Just a titanium pot, cup, pan, basic food items, a little bit of water. The lake down there is a source of water, so going down there to refill the water bottle was a regular occurrence. And basically that's it. Nice lightweight tent, winter pad, winter bag, headlamp, very basic stuff. So what I'm going to do is let Boomer hang out here for a little bit and basically start the pack up process. I have been in this location before. If many older viewers or regular viewers probably recognize this, I was actually here in a little bit of a rainstorm, and the unfortunate thing about this location is there is an airport just on the other side of those hills and a highway, so there is a little bit of background noise on these calm days, and you can hear the sound echo across the distance. It's way over there, but the sound travels. So the sound this morning is starting to travel as people are doing exactly that, traveling to work. So I'm going to pack up quickly because I'm not really feeling this vibe, and just kind of want to pack up, head home, unload, repack, and head out on another adventure much farther away from civilization. So let's get this stuff packed away. All right, guys, we've got everything totally packed away in the bag, and we're basically ready to get out of here, hit the trail, get home, get this video ready for you guys, and then do it all over again. So this trip was pretty fun. Nice and compact unit inside of the bag. Everything is a little damp realistically, so I do have to dry everything out, but that's part of the game. So thank you very much for joining us on this adventure. Boomer and I are going to get out of here now, so peace out, and we'll catch you in the next episode.